So I'm writing a new play called Notes from the Field, Doing Time in Education. And I want to tell you about something that is maybe happening in your towns, and something that, Molly wrote to me. Molly, are you here yet in the arena? Molly Smith wrote to me and told me about the activism in the air, and Teresa has just talked to us about being radical. So this is an opportunity for theaters to reach out into communities and have radical acts. So if you didn't know, the United States Department of Justice came up with some statistics revealing that Black, brown, and Native American poor children are disciplined more harshly and expelled and suspended from school much more frequently than their middle-class brothers and sisters. These suspensions and expulsions often result in residencies in juvenile hall. As California Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, Kantil Sakaue says, if you're not in school, you're in trouble. So I've been traveling in 4 geographic areas, Northern California to Stockton, a bankrupt city, further up the coast to the Yurok Indian Reservation near the Oregon border, Philadelphia, Baltimore, and most recently South Carolina, Charleston, along the corridor of shame, so-called because of the state of their public schools. I have done 240 interviews. Daniel, who pre-interviews people for me, has done 50. So it's a lot of people we've talked to. And I got very excited as I did these interviews and met these people, that we just might be on the verge of a new civil rights movement. Sherilyn Ifill, who's the president of the NAACP Legal Defense Fund, said that where that civil rights movement will happen at the intersection of education and law enforcement. She calls for an investment in education and a fairness in law enforcement that will be as large and as grand as the interstate highway system. Imagine that. Didn't always have it. But we as Americans know how to make big investments. And I'm particularly excited about the possibility of a new civil rights movement, especially because of John O'Neill's work and the Journal of the Free Southern Theater. I long to think of a way that theater could walk side by side. So with the movement. So I'm going to give you a little bit from that work that is still in progress, because I want to propose to you that we could and we do need a civil rights movement right now. So first of all, how many of you know about the story of Freddie Gray? Applaud if you do. So in my hometown, Baltimore, Maryland, a young man named Freddie Gray on a bike was beaten by police, and you probably know that there have been a series of trials. And in fact, today, Officer Goodson, the driver of the van, who had been charged with depraved heart murder, involuntary manslaughter, second-degree assault, misconduct in office, was acquitted. We're 3 trials in. As I moved around my city, now broken, frayed, I met a young man named Alan Bullock. Last year, you recall, there were riots in Baltimore. And, we video, but we get videoed. And one of the videos that was taken by the press was of a young man named Alan Bullock tearing up a police car. Bail was $500,000 for him. He did go to trial, got 12 years. They took it down to 6 months. But I want to share with you first Alan Bullock, because I think he's a kind of ethnographer of his community and what goes on for young kids of color and police officers. And this is in his lawyer's office. This is Alan Bullock. Now, by the way, one of the things that was a part of that, the story about Freddie Gray, is that he had made eye contact with the police officers, and this is what started the interaction. Alan Bullock called this big stick, word for word from my interview. I don't even look the police way, tell you the truth. It's not even me. If they look at me, I turn my head. If I look back, I'm not going to mug you. That's all there is to it. Because if you look at the police so hard or so straight, I see how he was, Freddie Gray, in a way, like around this neighborhood. If the neighborhood police know you in the neighborhood, they don't care about none of that. They're going to do something to you. I don't care what neighborhood you're in, be a quiet neighborhood, anything. If they know you from being bad, not even being bad, being in the area, hanging with somebody that they know is bad, they're going to harass you. And when they harass you, why are you looking at me like that? They will ask you, why are you looking at me like that? In a smart way, jump out their car, pulling their stick, all that. I done had the police ask me, why am I walking in the street? Why am I crossing the street? What you mean, why am I crossing the street? I say something back, they get out the car, so I get back on the curb. You feel me? There's no need for you to get out of your car, you feel me, and talk to me. You can see why I'm walking across the street. They don't even say, excuse me, sir, come here, none of that. But you just ask me, why am I crossing the street? It's not late outside, it's not none of that. So what are you? There's a whole lot of police out here just being police, being what they do. Be smart. That's all I'll say to you, be smart. That's all there is to it. I don't know what you're doing. That's your hustle. You got something on you. Don't even pay the police no mind. Don't even draw no attention. But even if you don't got nothing on you, I still don't expect for you to draw no attention to the police. The police, they don't care about none of that. They don't care even if you don't got nothing on you. Why look at the police if you ain't got no problem with the police? Why mug the police? I don't pay the police no mind. I don't pay the police out here no mind. They mug me all day. I don't care about none of that they're doing. You feel me? Like, understand that I'm out here in these streets. 4 times, I think they beat me like 4 times. 4 times, I think I remember 4 times. It's nothing you can do to protect yourself from the police except run your mouth. And then if you really run your mouth, they're going to do something to you. And then if they chase you and they catch you and they can't find nothing on you, oh, they're going to make it worth their while. They're going to beat you straight like that. It don't matter. It don't matter if they black or white. At this point, this ain't no black or white situation. I ain't trying to hear that. I seen plenty of black officers, not black, do it to black people. I seen plenty of white officers do. I see them do it together. This ain't no racist thing. It's a hate thing. What's the point of you beating me or locking me up if you can't find nothing on me? Why? Because I made you run? Come on now, you trained for that. Hood police be hating, just hateful people like. They can see you have a couple dollars in your hand. No drugs, no nothing, just a couple dollars, and they think you're doing wrong. What is it with you? I work. You don't know me, I work. And yet you pull me over, ask me where's this money come from. You ain't got no right to ask me where my money come from. You ain't got no right to check me, you feel me? You ain't got no warrant, no nothing. Put your hands on me, period. But hey, they do it. And I'm not going to stand up here and fuss with you about none of that. Because I know you, the police. And you got a big stick. So, hey.